Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we got our first video of 2025. I just wanted to do a just a little talk over this game. I haven't watched it yet. It's the Bandai Card Fest games in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So we'll see. The game we got right now is a Doflamingo mirror match. So obviously Doflamingo is one of those decks. It's really strong right now. However, it hasn't won a lot of these big tournaments. Um, I think although the deck is really strong and consistent, um, it can get high rolled a bit, and I think it does take like a good amount of brain power to the point where when you get to the end of Swiss, or the end of day 2 top cut, you might misplay more than other decks. So it's something to consider, but the deck is still obviously very strong. Anyway, so we got both players open up with a Perona. We'll probably just swing 7 and let's see. Jinbei, Weevil, Classic. He'll definitely take this. I'm curious what these lists look like too. If it differs a bit from the lists in America, or I know Gravity Blades have been popular. Going second's typically favored. So we'll see what this player does. If you don't have Jinbei Weevil or Jinbei Boa, it's not nearly as good. I think the player going first opened up really strong, and if the player going second doesn't swing 7 into that Jinbei, it's gonna live, and that player is gonna be able to put a lot of pressure next turn. So, yeah. Weevil would have been better to get the draw, saving the Boa for the 6th on turn. But he's going to be able to play into, looks like there's a Jinbei on the top. So, looks like he's going to draw into it and then play it out, hard play it next turn. It's definitely going to be a battle for board for a while. Let's see what he does. 5 Dawn's an awkward turn for Dofi. There's not a lot of good plays unless you already have Teach on board. So maybe he'll go 5-7 and then play something out. The alt-art pudding. Yeah, 7. He'll definitely, I would counter this. Block counter. You want to maintain the board presence, because if he goes bounce law, then he could just completely clear his board. Yeah. Playing out Croc is probably one of the worst plays he could have. Let's see what else he has then. Mihawk. I think even Mihawk could have been better, but unless he likes his just a cycle, I don't know. Let's see. So he's at 6 Dawn. He has a Jinbei in his hand. Mihawk. Let's see. It looks like a Perfume. Teach. Buggy? No. Jozu maybe? If he has Jozu, I would probably just attack leader and then Jozu the Weevil back to hand. He's playing a little slow. Let's see if we can speed this up just a little bit. Okay, so 7k with Jinbei, probably at Weevil. Yeah. Gets a 2k. 777. I think he has I believe, oh, okay. I mean, it's good to establish the teach, but I don't love it just because he's gonna go pretty low on hand size now. However, he did, you know, clear the Weevil, get a 2k out of hand, and establish 2 more bodies. So you can't hate it, but yeah, now he's down to what, 2 cards in hand. So if the player on the right has the answers, then it's just clear board, and it makes it really tough to come back from that. Now 5k swing, yeah, you have to let it go. I think he's eyeballing that Jozu. He should be at 7 Dawn. 5 into Jinbei. You're probably tempted to counter this just because you know there's no more attacks coming in. But you probably want to keep the Jozu just to be able to answer. Alright, so he counters. So I'm guessing we'll see Jozu bounce the Boa back. And their own Perona, and then probably replay out the Perona, or maybe a Sengoku Searcher if he has it. Yeah. And yep, check top 5. Let's see. I don't think either of them have had amazing plays, which is nice, right? Because it keeps the game even. I do think the player on the left has I'm trying to think of what that third card was he put on top. It might have been a Perona. So maybe next turn he'll play out Perona, but he really needs to draw some cards, or else the player on the right is just going to be able to clear their board the whole time. So we know that Jozu's going to stick because he doesn't have a Jozu. And the player on the right as well has massive card advantage. I think he has 5 in hand, maybe 6. So he could swing Mihawk to see what he draws into. I don't think you necessarily need... oh, he has 3 in hand. I don't think you need Perfume right now, especially if you're running 2. I don't think it comes up as often in the mirror match. Oh, he has a Boa. Oh, he bounced it back to hand. Sorry. That was dumb. Playing out Boa is never a bad thing to do. He could also cycle first with the Mihawk. So you can go 757 or 667. He shouldn't use Teach ability this turn, since he's already so low on cards in hand. I think the best thing he could get right here is probably off the Boa, playing out a Weevil to draw, the Gecko to draw. Okay, so he gets rid of that. What did he draw into? Perona and Kaido? Is he gonna keep the Kaido? Takes that life. See, I don't know if I agree with that, with what he did. I probably would have swung, if he really wanted the cycle, and he wanted to make sure he cleared the Croc, he could have swung 7 with the Mihawk and then 5 into life with the Jinbei, because he doesn't mind taking the life right now. So, you know, worst case you get a card out of hand, but then it allows him to cheat out another body by not investing so much Dawn, right? Because if he just had one more Dawn right now, he could... Okay. I don't know. This player on the left, it does seem like he has an advantage, but he's really burning himself out right now. He has 1 card in hand, so, you know, guaranteed the player on the right is going to clear 2 bodies with just swinging 7/7. And if he has a bounce law, that would be also pretty great. He might swing 5 with Perona. Oh, he does have bounce law. 7 into Mihawk. Play Jinbei, Law. He could opt to bounce the Jinbei back to get it active. Okay, bounce itself back. Yeah, the player on the left really burned themselves out. Now they have 2 cards in hand, and this guy is just establishing a lot of tempo right now. Oh, another Jinbei. Oh, jeez. To Law. And then Perona. So he actually hasn't even played out a Teach, which is interesting. Having the Teach, especially in the mirror match, just gets you like a lot of value with the Law, especially once you hit 10 Dawn. So I'm not exactly sure how he stacked his deck. It's hard to tell sometimes. Okay, so he has a Jinbei and a Boa in hand, a Perfume, and it looks like a Gravity Blade, which would actually be really, really good. That is really good top deck. So he could Gravity Blade, and then with Teach, stack Jinbei, and then Jinbei to Boa. Wow, fortunate. Ooh. I probably would have bottom decked the Law, just to get that off the board. Otherwise, they can like keep rebouncing it. If they get another one, bounce that one back to hand, and then bounce again. That Gravity Blade was pretty huge though. That was weird. That's a tough stack because the Weevil's gonna help him draw, but They're also sequencing a little strange. Like, I notice he's not giving himself the rested dawn with the boa when he plays that out. Boom, he has his own gravity blade. That is brutal. If he has a teach, that would be nice. Oh, I guess he knows his stack. Oh, another Jinbei. Into Gecko, grab. Oh, he has double perfume in hand. 2k. Yeah, this is definitely going in the player on the right's favor. It should in any match, but in the mirror match specifically, when you spread yourself too thin, it's really hard to come back. Kaido helps. I don't know. I don't think that one big swing every turn changes much. It is going to help him counter out of some of these attacks right now. But, you know, the guy on the right does still have 2 life. So, let's see what he does. Swings 5. He's thinking about trashing the Jinbei. I think you can get rid of Teach at this point. Yeah. See, he can go 7, 7, 6, 7, 7, and then also still play something out. Another 5. See 2k out of this. I don't think the Kaido's great in the mirror match because you allowed them to keep their entire board. Like in the case where if their board was already kind of empty, I could see it. He could, if he really doesn't want to trash the Jinbei, he could probably take this life. But he's probably expecting bigger swings from the Jinbei and lead, so. Let's see. Okay, so 7. He probably takes this, I imagine. Ooh, a non-counter. And then 8 plays out Croc. No effect. 2 2s. What does he play for 4? This board's crazy right now. And it looks like the player on the left has no real way to answer. Ooh, 6 with Corona would be dirty. Okay. So, full board. You could definitely clear 2 bodies with attacking. But then I think you're still scared of the player on the right going for game right now. So, he's kind of put himself in a weird spot where he almost has to try to go for game. Or set up to go for game. But also try to stay alive. So if there's any way he could stall a little bit longer, take a life, clear a body. Hmm. And so this is in Malaysia. The winner of last year's Worlds was a player from Malaysia. So kind of cool. Let's see. Does he play out his other Weevil? He has a Sengoku. He's eyeballing that Sengoku. What's he trying to find? Bow would be helpful. He won't be able to get leader ability off though. Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. So he has to grab a Weevil. Yeah, that might just be the end of it. I can't imagine him coming back from this. 2 life, only what, 1k counter in hand? Maybe 2. Okay, goes for board again. Wow, that's super fortunate. That was really lucky. Oh, interesting. So he swings 9 at the Law, I think, and he bounces Sengoku and Gecko. Okay. He was gonna bounce his own Jinbei at first. That was kind of weird. Okay, so he counters, so you know he's just going for game. You know that he's got at least 1k in hand. One of those cards is a Weevil. So I think it's just math at this point. Go 7, 7, 8, 8, or 7, 7, 7, 9 maybe. Seven's just the perfect number, yeah. And he takes another 7, takes. He's probably trying to think if he can counter this. Seven, 9 or 11, 5. Yep, so player on the right got it. That was a pretty good game. I think that once the player on the left just stretched him out so thin, he didn't really have a chance. So it's interesting to see. I think when you're playing Doflamingo, I'm a Doflamingo player myself, and I used to do this a lot when I started playing it, especially with the new cards. Like, it just feels so powerful to keep churning out bodies again and again. Use Teach, put Jinbei on top, Jinbei into whatever, right? But, I mean, that play is 3 cards out of hand. So, you do have to be careful about, not overextending yourself. But, good game. Congrats to Aino Lamir right there. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. GLG out.
Sounds